Good morning, student. I, Purnima, welcome you to my class of English. I'm going to teach you sentences and phrases. I've already told you in my previous video that what is a sentence, how many types of sentences are there, and how many, what is a phrase. So, children, I have written two types of sentences like John works hard. The first type of sentence is John works hard or hard work John. So, these two. So, the sentence number one, it has a complete meaning and it is a group of words. So, what is a sentence? So, sentence, I told you yesterday that a group of words that have a complete sense is called a sentence. A sentence begins with a capital letter. The word in a sentence must be in their proper order. A sentence usually ends with a full stop or a mark of introduction. So children, this thing you have to notice that a sentence begins with a capital letter. So first of all, what is a sentence? A group of words which make a complete sense is a sentence. A sentence begins with a capital letter. A sentence, children, it has a mark of punctuation. Either it can be interrogative marks or exclamating marks or full stop. So that means it sentence should have a mark of interrogation. And children, is the words in a sentence must be in their proper order. So the words in the sentence must be in the proper order. Okay, then we discussed about two types of we discussed about part of sentence. Every sentence has two parts, namely subject and predicate. First part is subject. So what is the subject? The subject is the first part of a sentence that tells what this sentence is about. Like the word fly, the birds are flying in the sky. So here the bird is a subject because it tells what a sentence is about. The predicate is the second part of a sentence that says something about the subject. The predicate is the second part of a sentence that says something about the subject. Okay, now children, let me tell you some important feature of subject and the predicate. The subject is always or noun or pronoun. The subject is always a noun or a pronoun or a group of word that does the work of a noun. Okay, like all the boys are in the ground. So all the boys are a group of word which indicates to noun. The old palace is considered haunted. The old palace. So children, here the old palace is a group of word which indicates noun. So a subject is always a noun or a pronoun or a group of word that does the work of a noun or pronoun. The predicate may consist of one word or several words with the essential word being a verb. My dress is beautiful. The verb is the essential word that in the predicate. So children, in predicate we have one essential word, and what is that? That is a verb. Children, how to identify a trick subject? I'm going to tell you the trick. Identify the verb and ask what or who. Before it, the answer would be the subject. So if first you recognize, you identified the verb in the sentence, and children, in front of that verb you make sentence with either what or who, and whatever will be the answer you will get, that would be the subject. Okay, so now I will be telling you about types of sentences. So today's topic will be types of sentences. Okay, so children, there are four types of sentences are there. Okay, so sentence can be divided into four types. So first is declarative sentence. In declarative sentence, affirmative and a negative will be there. Declarative, after declarative, children, affirmative sentences. Sorry, not affirmative, interrogative. Then third is imperative. And fourth is exclamatory. Okay, so types of sentences are there. There are 4 types of sentences are there. First is a declarative sentence, second is interrogative, imperative, and then exclamatory. In declarative sentence, we are having 2 parts, that is affirmative and negative. So one by one, I would be explaining about declarative. In declarative, I will be telling about affirmative and negative. Children, then interrogative, imperative, exclamatory. So what is a declarative sentence? Okay, so declarative sentence, so individually I will be explaining you. So what is a declarative sentence? What is a declarative sentence? Declarative sentence makes statement or some kinds of observation. So it make statements or some kinds of observation. So what is a declarative sentence, student? Declarative sentence makes statement or some kinds of observations. And children, that means whatever is a sentence which is related with the statements, they are declarative sentence. And if it makes some kinds of observation are there, that is also a declarative sentence. Okay, so now there are 2 types of declarative sentence are there, that those are affirmatives and negatives. Affirmative sentences are there and negative sentences are there. So declarative sentence make a statement or some kind of observation. So there are 2 types. So first is affirmative sentence. These sentences simply say or state something. So what is an affirmative sentence, children? These sentences, they simply say or state something. Okay, they simply say, they make a statement. Okay, like I like to eat mangoes. He loves to go for a walk. Negative sentence. These sentences express a negative meaning. I do not go to school. I do not go to school. So it expresses a negative meaning. So in negative sentences, no or not is there. Like I do not love to eat Maggie. He does not go to school. Okay, they don't go to play cricket now. So this is declarative sentence. So finally, what is a declarative sentence? Which make statements of some kind or observations. There are 2 types of declarative sentences are there. One is affirmative sentences. These sentences usually say or state something. I like to eat mango. And there are negative sentences. These sentences express a negative meaning. I do not go to school. An interrogative sentence ask a question. Now, so children, I hope declarative sentence is clear and its 2 part is also clear. affirmative, which simply state or say something, and negative, this express a negative meaning. What is a negative meaning? That it should have no or not, like I do not go to school. Nowadays we are not going to school. Okay, so it is having a negative meaning. So next type of sentence is interrogative. So this is the second types of sentence is interrogative. An interrogative sentence asks a question and is formed by putting the auxiliary verb before the noun. So children, you have to see that an interrogative asks a question and is formed by putting the auxiliary verb before the noun, or by beginning the sentences with a WH word and ending with a question mark. So children, now I would like to explain this. What is an interrogative sentence? First try to understand. An interrogative sentence asks a question. So children, in interrogative sentence, first thing children, it asks a question like what is your name, where do you live, how many brothers and sisters you have, how much packets of Maggi have you bought. So many types of questions are there. So first of all, interrogative sentence asks a question. And children, how it is formed? So let me tell you, there are two types of children interrogative sentence. One is WH type and the other is yes no type. Okay, so in yes no type, children, when we will ask, the answer will be yes or no. Like um, uh, have you gone to the school? Yes. Are you doing your attending your class regularly? No. Okay, so this is yes or no type. Either the answer of that question will be yes or no. Then WH questions are there. WH words are what, where, who, whom, which, even how much and how many. How many. So if you will make sentence with this type of word, children, you have to give full answer. Like how many brothers and sisters you have? I've got 2 brothers and 3 sisters. Okay. How much marks you got? I got 16 marks. Where do you live? I live in the village, or I live in Varanasi. Okay. Then where they are going? They are going to see movie. What is your name? My name is so and so. So children, so this question interrogative sentences are either formed by putting the auxiliary verb for the noun. What are auxiliary verb? Has, have, had, is, was. Okay. Shall, should, will, would, may, might, can, could. Can she gets a spoon? Yes. Okay, so this is a we always Make interrogative sentence by putting the auxiliary verb before the noun or by beginning the sentence with WH word and end with a question marks. Okay, like don't you like reading? Yes or no. Okay, so this is don't is a auxiliary verb. What are auxiliary verb is are am, was, were, do, does, did, shall, should, can, could, may, might. Okay, so these are auxiliary verb. So children, what is a interrogative sentence? Interrogative sentence, an interrogative sentence asks a question and is formed by putting the auxiliary verb before the noun or beginning the sentence with a WH word and ending with a question mark. Okay, so you can see here and what are WH words? When, where, who, whom, whose, which, but of course we can add how much, how many. So interrogative sentence, they we put mark of interrogation, that is question mark, and it always begin with the, since it is a sentence, so it always begin with what? It begins with the children capital letter. And now imperative sentences. Third is an imperative sentence. Okay. Third is imperative sentence. What is the imperative sentence? Imperative sentence express request, command, advice or suggestion. Okay, imperative sentences. Imperative sentences expresses advice, request, commands or suggestions. Okay, so what is this imperative sentence? It expresses command, request, advice or suggestion. In such sentence, the subject is invariably the second person pronoun, which is generally implied. Go to your room. Please don't call me. So, go to your room. Command. Please don't call me. Request. Okay, so what is an imperative sentences? Imperative sentences are those sentences which express request, commands, advice or suggestion. So go to your room, please don't call me. Okay, so these are the imperative sentence. So now we have learned three type of sentence right now. What are those? Declarative. In declarative I have told you about affirmative, negative. Then I have discussed with interrogative sentences, imperative, and now finally children, exclamatory sentence. So exclamatory. Exclamatory sentence. What is exclamatory sentence? Such sentence express sudden, strong feeling like surprise, delight, disgust and grief. So a sentence which express a sentence which express a strong feeling like, what are the strong feeling children? Surprise, delight, disgust and grief. surprise, delight, disgust, and grief. So this is a exclamatory sentences. Okay, an exclamatory sentence ends with a exclamatory mark. So like, what a beautiful sight. So it is ending with the marks of exclamation. Okay. So children, this is all. I have explained you about types of sentences, 4 types of sentences. Uh, Declarative. In declarative, I have told you about affirmative, negative, then interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory. And children, interrogative marks, it always start with the capital letter. Imperative also, exclamative also. In declarative sentence, we put full stop. In interrogative sentence, we put question mark. In imperative sentence also, we put full stop. In exclamatory sentence, children, we put marks of exclamation. Okay. So this is about sentences and phrases. Okay. So children, now I will be telling you something about the phrases. So I will be discussing some important point about phrases. Okay, and how many types of phrases are there. So children, a group of words that make sense but not a complete sense is called a phrase. A group of words that makes complete sense is called a sentence. Now children, try to understand a sentence. A group of words that makes a complete sense is a sentences, but a group of words that makes a sense but not complete sense is called a phrase. So I hope now children, uh, you know, a group of words that makes sense but not complete sense is called a phrase. A group of words that makes complete sense is called a sentences. Now that, so we can write it, a group of words that, a group of word, okay, that makes sense but not complete sense, that makes a sense but not a complete sense is known as phrase. So a group of words which makes a complete sense but not a complete sense is a phrase. Like, two children like flying kites. For example, children like, okay, flying kites. Now children, if you will say children like flying kite, this is a full sentence because it is having a complete sense. Children like flying kites. It has a full stop at the end. It is starting with the capital letter. Okay, but if you will see two words here, if you will see children, this word, children are flying kites. Okay, so what have you seen? Flying kites. Now flying kite, it is a it is making a sense but not a complete sense. So children, you can see this is a phrase. It is making a sense but not a complete sense. So this is a phrase. Okay. Now listen these four sentences. Mrs. Mehra is a woman of great intelligence. Mrs. Mehra is a woman of great intelligence. So a woman of great intelligence is making, you can write it, student, then you try to understand. Mrs. Mehra is a woman of great intelligence. So Mrs. Mehra is a woman of great intelligence, and underline a woman of great intelligence. So this is making a partial sense, not the complete sense. So this is a phrase. Second sentence, note it down. The traveler sat down under a tree. The traveler sat down under a tree. So underline under a tree. Now if you will see the word under a tree, you can realize, children, this is making a sense but not a complete sense. So what is this? This is a children, this is a phrases. To play chess is not easy. To play chess is not easy. Okay. So here this play, to play chess, it is making a sense but not a complete sense. Okay, then children like flying kite, these are written. So children like flying kite is a full sentence. Flying kite is a part of a sentence which is making a complete sense. Okay, which is not making a complete sense. So this is a phrase. So all the four group of words which I've discussed with you, Mrs. Mehra is a woman of great intelligence. The traveler sat down under a tree. To play chess is not easy. Children like flying kites. All the four group of words given above are sentences for they make complete sense. The expression printed in bold letters are all phrases. From the above example, it should be clear that a phrase is usually part of a sentence. A phrase does not contain a finite verb. It contains a non-finite verb. Okay. In sentence 3, to play chess contain an infinitive. In sentence 4, now I am leaving, okay, because I know it is very difficult for you right now, that I should make you understand what is a finite verb and not finite verb. Okay, so now this sentence and phrase is clear to you, I hope. What is a phrase? A group of words that make sentence but not complete sense is called a phrase. Okay, a group of word, and remember children, a group of word, okay, phrase are always is a part of a sentence. So there are four types of phrases are there. Four types of phrases are there. Okay. Adjective phrases, adverb phrases, and noun phrases. Okay. So before that, children, you have to learn before telling about adjective phrases, noun phrases, and adverb phrases. Now, children, what is a phrase, what is a noun, what is pronoun, and what is adjective, adverb? These parts of speech you must know. So what is a noun? Noun, and before explanation of noun, phrase, adjective, and adverb, you have to know all these things. So what is a noun? Generally, I think everybody know what is a noun, but in one sentence I'm explaining you. Noun is the name of a person, place, animal, or thing. Now adjective, the word describe the noun is an adjective, like a tall boy. A tall boy is a noun and tall is a adjective. Okay, this almirah is strong. This almirah is strong. No, you can say a fearless man is standing there. So fearless man is an adjective. Fearless. Indian goods are always liked by the people. So Indian goods. An experienced teacher. Experience is an adjective. Now, so children, in my next video, I will be telling you about adverb, and then I will be explaining you about the different adverbial, this adverb phrase, adjective phrase. Don't miss that video. With this, I end my video here. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.